Garden, and welcome to another math lesson. Yesterday, we began our new math module all about measurement. Remember, measurement is when we're finding the size of something, maybe how tall or how short. We did that yesterday with height. Today, we're going to explore length, longer than or shorter than. So before we go into our math thinking job, let's talk about measurement. After I got done talking to you guys about height, I really wanted to find something that I could go measure with. Have you ever heard of a ruler? Yeah, we can use rulers to measure things, but we can also really use anything to measure it. So I was thinking, let's use a piece of string. And most of you have a piece of string. If you don't have a piece of string from your teacher, then you could use a crayon or your dry eraser marker. You could use your finger, you could use your foot, you could use anything, but you should probably have a piece of string. And we're going to measure with a piece of string today. So here we go. Let's find out what our math thinking job is today. I can compare length using longer than and shorter than. I can compare length using a string. So our tool for measurement today is a string. We're going to be comparing two objects. And today we're going to focus on length. So length would be something from left to right. And sometimes we measure length with things standing up. Remember those two important vocabulary words we learned yesterday, shorter than and longer than. So we could also think of shorter than as something that is smaller and something that is longer than bigger. All right, let's compare length. You guys can use your string that you have, or if you're using a marker or a crayon, but today I'm going to use this string on my screen to compare objects. So I love the springtime. We've been learning about seasons and reading through the text, The Year at Maple Hill Farm. So I want to think that it's springtime because right now it's winter and it's cold and we just had all that snow and it melted and it's all mushy. So I want to imagine that it's springtime. When I go out in the springtime, I find all sorts of bugs in my backyard because the mud is mushy. And so we're going to measure some bugs that you can find in your backyard or some items that you can find in your backyard. Let's start with this bug. Woo, look at that bug. Looking at my string and looking at the bug, I need to know, is the bug longer than or shorter than the string? Remember how we talked about endpoints yesterday? How if you're able to, it's important to make sure that your endpoints are the same so it's easier to see which object is longer than or shorter than. We did that with taller than and shorter than yesterday. Today we're going to do the same. So your teacher's going to pause the video and you're going to decide, is the bug longer than or shorter than the string? Looking at the endpoints and looking at the other end of the string stops here and the bug keeps going. So that means the bug is longer than the string. So we can say the bug is longer than the string. Repeat after me. The bug is longer than the string. Great. We know that the bug is longer than the string because look, that string stops and the bug keeps going. Before we look at another bug, I want you to practice drawing something longer than the string. So in a moment, your teacher is going to pause the video and give you directions to get your materials of a dry erase board or lined paper and what you're going to measure with a string. Then you are going to draw a bug that is longer than the string. I'm going to draw a worm longer than the string. Here is my worm. I know that my worm is longer than the string because my endpoints are the same and the string stops and my worm is longer. Let's compare another bug to the screen. I'm going to compare this ladybug to the string. Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to talk about, is the ladybug longer than or shorter than the string? Looking at our endpoints, they're right up next to each other. We can follow the string and follow the bug, and we notice the bug stops and the string keeps going. That means the bug, the ladybug, is shorter than the string. The ladybug is shorter than the string. Now it's your turn. I want you to draw a bug that is shorter than the string, your string, or your marker or your crayon, whatever you're measuring with. You're going to draw a bug that is shorter than the string. Your teacher's going to pause the video and give you directions. All right, this is my version of a ladybug. Remember, I'm still learning how to draw just like you guys are, so I did the best I could. My ladybug is shorter than the string. I know my ladybug is shorter than the string because when I look at the string keeps going and the ladybug has stopped. Let's do some sorting. Let's compare the lengths of different objects we can find in our backyard. Right now, we're looking at a stick. We need to decide, is the stick longer than my string? Is the stick longer than or shorter than my string? Am I going to sort it under longer than or shorter than? Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to decide, where am I going to sort it? You probably decided we're going to sort it under longer than, as when we looked at the string stopped and the stick kept going. All right, guess what? I found a penny in my backyard before. We need to sort the penny. Is the penny longer than or shorter than my string? Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to talk about, is the penny longer than or shorter than? You probably said the penny is shorter than the string. We can see that the endpoints are the same and the penny stops and the string keeps going. So we're going to sort this penny on the shorter than. Oh, look at that cute snail. Have you ever seen a snail in your backyard? They love it when it rains. Let's compare the length of the snail and the string. We need to decide, is the snail longer than or shorter than the string? Your teacher's going to pause the video and you guys are going to talk about, is the snail longer than or shorter than the string? We can see our endpoints are the same. And when we follow the snail, we see where it stops. So if I drew a line here, I could see that the string keeps going. That means the snail is shorter than the string. So we're going to sort it over here with a penny. Ooh, look at this leaf. Let's compare the leaf to the string. Is the leaf longer than or shorter than the string? Your teacher's going to pause the video. We can see the end of the string and the point of the leaf are the endpoints. And we follow along the leaf and there it goes. But notice the string stops. What does that mean? You're right. That means the leaf is longer than the string. The leaf is longer than the string. All right, let's look at this rock. Is the rock longer than or shorter than the string? Your teacher's going to pause the video. I notice the endpoints are the same and I follow my rock and it stops. But then I look at that string and it keeps going. That means the rock is shorter than the string. The rock is shorter than the string. So we need to sort it over with the shorter than. All right. So let's talk, we've talked about longer than and we've talked about shorter than. Looking at this string and this pencil, what do you notice about the pencil and the string? They're the same length. If I look at these endpoints, they're the same. Not one goes longer than the other one. So we call this the same length. What I want you to do is your teacher's going to pause the video and you're going to lay your string down, and I want you to draw a line that's the same length as your string. I'm going to draw a pencil that's the same length as my pencil. To help you know if it's the same length, you could draw your endpoints and make sure that they're the same. So my string and my pencils are the same length. I look at the eraser and I look at the tip and it's the same length. Today in Seesaw, you are going to continue to do measuring the length with a piece of string. There's a piece of string in a blue box in Seesaw. You're going to tap the drag tool to move the string and compare each object to see which one is longer and shorter than. You can use the line next to the object to help you compare. You're going to color all the objects that are shorter than the string green and color the object longer than the string orange. There's also a video I made for you on how to move the string around to be able to measure the objects. Then on the next page, you're going to be able to draw something that's longer than the string, shorter than the string, and the same length as the string. You're going to use green for the shorter than objects, orange for the longer than objects, and blue for the same length. Until next time, bye Kipsters.